The NBA has fined the Utah Jazz $500,000 for conduct detrimental to the league. This coming from matchups against the Orlando Magic on February 7th and the Miami Heat on February 9th. The Utah Jazz notably went 1-1 in those games. Blew a lead against the Orlando Magic with no late timeout, et cetera, et cetera. And then they just beat the Heat, which annoyed me to no end, but this is not the podcast to do so. From the statement from the NBA, during those games, again, against the Magic on the 7th and against the Heat on the 9th, the Jazz removed two of the team's top players, Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr., before the beginning of the fourth quarter and did not return them to the game, even though these players were otherwise able to continue to play and the outcomes of the games were thereafter in doubt. So that's the Utah Jazz portion. They have also fined the Indiana Pacers $100,000 for violating the player participation policy. That coming from a matchup against, funny enough, the Utah Jazz on February 3rd. From the statement from the league, following an investigation, including review by an independent physician, the NBA determined that Pascal Siakam, a star under the policy, and two other Pacers starters, neither of whom participated in the game, could have played under the medical standard in the policy, including by playing reduced minutes. Alternatively, the team could have held the players out of other games in a way that would have better promoted compliance with the policy.
I understand why this happened.
Okay.
A lot of chatter.
So much chatter.
Around the Utah Jazz for whatever reason, considering they've won, 3 of their last 6 games after losing how many?
A lot.
Now we decide to circle and spin the block and act like they're bad when they've just been bad. We're not. Okay, that's fine. But, hey, this is very much sibling A, sibling B. Doesn't matter. You go to your room, you go to your room. But no, it doesn't matter. You give me your phone, you give me your iPad. Give it up. Come
Okay.
on. So Utah, hey, just know that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know. And Indiana should have done it better. You know the rules. You know exactly what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You had the right idea, but not like that. Why are we finding a team who won a game?
Thank you.
They won a game and they almost won the other one. I'm very confused by this. Also, Jaren Jackson Jr. is now out. Hopefully he is well, because you never want to have growth in your knee, but he's now out.
Yeah.
And now it's just like we're doing so much talking about the Utah Jazz being scandalous. And it's like, well, bro, now they're just going to be like minutes restrictions for all our guys. Now what? You dislike how teams talk about injuries? It's going to be lower tightness. 25-minute restriction. Right, lower.
Shout out unrivaled upper extremity, lower extremity.
I just like, and stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to fix it. I'm tired of the ideas. We don't need a mythological tournament that no coach is going to want to coach and no player is going to want to play in for the rights for a pick. But who's going to be there? Who's going to want to play in that? We don't need to freeze the season at an untimed date. These teams that you are quoting as tanking are just bad. And a lot of these teams didn't mean to be this bad. You think Memphis meant to be here? Milwaukee, New Orleans? No, they didn't mean to be here.
No.
Utah, they earned their way here by losing a lot of games. So did Washington. So did your beloved Brooklyn Nets. They let Cam Thomas go home. No one yelled at them.
Cam Thomas getting all the buckets in Milwaukee.
Yeah, no one called for a scandal there.
Well, that's because we kind of. Yeah.
Well, we're picking and choosing, aren't we? Huh? Everyone needs to just relax, okay? Enough with the tanking talk. Enough. I'm done with it. I don't want to hear it.
Enough.
Stop trying to fix this.
You're making it worse.
It's not like the draft. It doesn't work anyways. It's not like you get the number 1 pick anyways. We've seen the process. It's fine. I'm in a good place.
Okay.
We're fine. Please stop. Please stop.
And another thing. Okay. In all seriousness, we talked about this earlier in the week. And my general thought was, like, I don't really think this is a huge deal, but I understand why people are like, hey, what's going on here? And I get the construct of either sit your players out and just let the rest compete,
but you can't,
or play them.
You can't sit them anymore. It's the rules. So we have to try and find a way to do it. And now you people got mad, and I'm just going to play people 2 minutes to start the fourth quarter. Now you can't do that thing anymore. Now what?
Well, see, now you didn't. And
and now we're legislating coaching, because what happens if it's a lead and I cut up 5-minute stretches? It's too late to bring them back in. It's fine. Go ahead. Sorry to cut.
I'd wager it's not fine, actually, based on your reaction. But that's ultimately what I would want to lead into, Steve. We are entering a really weird gray area to where you're now trying to dictate when players are supposed to play, and like that's not the jurisdiction of the league. I understand why they want to curb the conversation around this, and I understand in general wanting to protect the competitive integrity of the league. And so I think with the league and just in general in life, like you just want to be proactive about making things better versus, oh, this is a problem, I now have to fix this. If you see something slipping, like, hey, let's try to get this right type beat. So like I understand that as a concept as well. When you've already flattened lottery odds, so to your point, like the worst record does not guarantee that you have X amount or whatever. Like Utah was awful and they slid. You know what I mean? The Dallas Mavericks barely missed the play-in and got Cooper a flag. Like it just kind of opens up. And so like you're kind of hurting the actual bad teams at the bottom because of the flattened odds. You are thus incentivizing some of these teams that are like at the edge of the play-in bubble. Like, do I want to be 10 and then have to play 2 games to potentially lose to the 1 seed in 4 or 5 games? Or do I just want to like play my younger guys and have a chance at jumping up in the lottery like the Dallas Mavericks just did, or insert teams that have jumped up? You're now widening the pool when you didn't really intend to widen the pool. And so now you're also trying to say, like, well, this guy was healthy, so he should have been in the fourth quarter at some point. Like, you don't know that. Like, there have been so many games that we've talked about through the history of this podcast, Steve, where like a team is down down 16 or something, a second unit makes a run, and the coach is like, well, I'm just riding with y'all. Y'all the hot lineup, we cool. Like, what happens if there is a game in which the Utah Jazz are down or up at the half? They blow a third quarter lead, early fourth quarter, without their stars on the floor. They make a run, and then they lose anyway, or something like that.
Well, just look at the box score and say that these guys didn't play, so they were trying to lose, because that's what teams do. Yeah, that's how coaches play. That's how players play. That's the game of basketball. That's the mindset. So anyone who thinks that, what do you think that speech is in the locker room? Like, just run that by me real quick. Like, hey, yeah. Get out there, John Conchar. Hope you don't win. What do you think that's about? Like, honestly, do we think that's what we're going with?
Like, probably not.
I had such better thoughts at 5:30 this morning when I thought about this initially. Now I'm just mad.
You know, and these things happen to you. Like, welcome. But like, it's so. I don't like when you get to a place to where you're trying to meddle to this degree. Again, I understand the heart and intent behind doing so and trying to find some kind of a quote unquote solution, but it's also just a level of, I don't know, like
there's also a chance these teams are bad. Some teams are just bad some years. It happens.
Yeah. Like
you just lose a lot.
Sometimes that just happens. Like you're chopping off your arm because your elbow itches. Like sure, your elbow doesn't itch anymore, but like, did you have to do all that? Like, probably not. You know what I mean? Like,
it feels like I could have got lotion there.
That would probably be helpful.
Gotcha.
Shout out, but yeah, I don't think it has to be all that. So I don't really love that. I understand why the league is like, hey, we got to say something. We got to do something. $500K is just a lot.
Hey, Will Hardy's going to have bars for the media the rest of the year.
He sure is.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
He sure is. He's already given them some.